always have fun on Thursdays about this time because our buddy Sheree Clark is here from Fork in the Road. And, you know, she's always telling you should look at the labels when you buy something. Always read the labels, and pretty much you got to pay attention to the expiration dates and watch it, because that will tell you how healthy a product you are grabbing. But now she comes in telling us there's a product that is out there that really has no expiration date. Matter of fact, there's rumors and stories of them finding some of this in Egyptian tombs 1,000 years old.
Like Jurassic Park.
Could be. But it never spoils, is what we're talking about. What Twinkies, French fries from McDonald's?
Right.
Peeps.
Yeah, Peeps, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's honey. Honey never spoils, and honey has been found in Egyptian tombs, and it's one of those things that's been around forever, you know, as you can imagine, because bees have been around forever, and it's so wonderful. I'm so excited to introduce you to some things about it today that you probably don't know. So to get you in the mood, honey, let's start with what's in your glass.
All right.
This is a wine.
I have never had mead.
It's mead.
And I've always wanted to try mead.
I've heard mead.
I had it when I was in Ireland, and be careful because it'll knock you on your booty.
We'll be back after this, right?
All right. So what do we have here?
It smells like apple cider.
This is the brand that today we have Chaucer's. That is
that's good.
Isn't that lovely? It's really nice.
Wow.
And you're drinking it chilled. The other thing that you can do with it, particularly this time of year, is mix it up with some spices, and it comes with spice packs.
Oh, it does?
And you warm it up on the stove. But because you know I'm a raw vegan and I don't cook anything, to get a stove and heat things up is an act of Congress.
Right.
So you're getting yours chilled today.
That's okay. It tastes wonderful.
So where does one find mead?
This bottle I got at Whole Foods.
Okay.
But there's another option. So this is a still wine. It's a flat wine. There's no bubbles in it like there would be in champagne. But I also have a bubbly wine that we're not going to open today because then we'd have to drink the entire thing, and the station manager might have a little bit
He's
of a
not
fit
here
with
this
it.
week.
I was gonna say,
all right.
Alex is away. That means we get to play.
No, I need to take one step back, if I can, to the first one you had. You said there's no carbonation in this one. What is different between this one and hard cider, for example?
Well, what they're made out of. This is made out of honey.
Made out of honey rather
Exactly.
than apples, because it smells like cider.
It does have a cidery because it's fermented. So most things that are alcohol everything that's alcohol is fermented.
Okay.
And you know how things that are alcoholic have that kind of a scent, like vanilla. Vanilla extract, you smell the vanilla, but you definitely smell alcohol too.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So that's one thing that is made from honey that I think is just awesome. So let's talk about honey itself. There are all different kinds of honeys, and there are all different kinds of brands of honeys. The thing that I want you to remember is this: just like everything else that I talk about on the show, it's only going to be as good as the quality of product that you purchase. And so you need to know where it comes from, and you also need to know what kind of a plant it came from. So you've got different options in front of you. You've got a darker one that we're going to taste a little bit later, and you've got one that's this color, kind of an amber color, and that's, you can see the bottom of my jar. When I bought this, I looked to see what color it was, and that's how I do it. The one next to it is a lighter color, and it looks kind of whipped. So if you taste those, you're going to taste a different flavor from those. So go ahead and give those a little sample and see what you think.
So go from light to dark, is that a better idea?
Yeah, don't do the dark one yet. I want to talk about that. It's a little bit of a different product. So here's the thing. When you're buying honey, it's like when you're buying olive oil. I've told you to look for different things like cold press, unrefined. I prefer organic and unfiltered. Same thing with honey. You're going to want to look for it hopefully to be local and hopefully raw, unpasteurized. There's no reason to pasteurize honey.
That
it
was
doesn't
my
go
question,
bad.
because it says raw on there.
It's raw, and all of the honeys that I buy are raw. So you're going to want to buy those things, and you're going to then want to buy, the reason I had you taste them is what you're going to use it for, what your tastes are. So just like scotch and cigars and good wine, everybody has their own taste. It's the same with honey. So you'll use them for different applications. The other thing you're going to probably buy on is texture and price. This you can tell, this is a big old jar.
Right.
This I buy because I do some pretty big volumes sometimes. You can see it's really runny. And so I call this runny honey. It's very easy to yeah. Right, when I read in my shopping list, it says runny honey versus the creamed honey. This is easy to measure. That's why I do it.
All right, now you notice you see some bubbles at the top here, but sometimes if you let honey sit around for a long time, it'll crystallize on you. And a lot of people think the honey has gone bad.
It's not gone bad.
It's not.
No. All you have to do is set it in hot water. Please don't microwave it. You destroy all of the valuable assets that it has in terms of nutrition. So you're going to want to, you're absolutely right, Lou. You just put it in hot water and those crystals will go away. Give it a quick stir and it's good for the rest of your life. There are different price points on honey. The one on the far right, you're not sampling today.
Why?
Because this jar was $60. And so, yeah.
And why is it
What is it, filled with
$60? Yeah, I was going to say, why is that jar of honey $60?
It's a $60 honey because it's a Manuka honey. And Manuka honey, it's typically thought of as being a therapeutic honey. Most people buy it for medicinal purposes. So honey, we think of as a flavoring. It's something sweet. It's something, you know, we can make wine out of, whatever. It also, if you get a burn in the kitchen, and you put honey on your burn, it will heal faster, particularly if you use a Manuka honey. So that's a really good reason to buy it. Other people take it therapeutically. If you have irritable bowel issues or you have some other things internally, you can take and it will help you to heal.
What's different about this than that? Besides the price.
This comes from New Zealand, from a it's from a specific plant. It's the Manuka bush. And the Manuka bushes, like champagne can only be called champagne if it's done a certain method. So Manuka honey is the same kind of a concept.
All right.
So, and it has different variations of efficiency.
Yeah, if paying $60 for a little jar of honey, that's a bunch of Manuka.
But boom. Well, you're not getting any of this today. Sorry.
I need to heal.
Yeah. So the last thing I want you to taste on your little sampling tray is the darkest one.
Okay.
And the darkest one I brought along specifically because I tell people I'm vegan, which I am, but I also eat honey, and some vegans take issue with that.
Now we've ventured into the realm of the ridiculous.
Yes, that's a little extreme.
Well, they have their reasons, and we'll just honor that. I don't like labels anyway, but so I call myself a vegan. If I have to have a label, I'm a vegan. So this is a vegan honey. So what you're eating, it's also chocolate flavored. So it's not a fair comparison. I was not able to get, there is an original that tastes like honey.
Now, Craig, can you zoom in on that? I want you to zoom in on the container for a second, if you can. Look what it says. Bee free.
Right.
How can honey be bee free?
Because they're using the term honey loose. They're not calling it Manuka.
And it's not spelled honey. It's not spelled correctly either. If you see it on there, it's two E's on the
because
end.
they don't want to confuse people. So
you confused me already. So that's easy to do.
But it's a really good alternative for people who really just want to have the hot sweet honey flavor. You'll know it's sticky. I mean, it has a string kind of a aspect to it, and I think it tastes really, really nice. It's chocolate. It's good in something like coffee.
It doesn't taste like honey.
No, it's not. And remember, this is the chocolate version.
Right.
I couldn't get the plain one, but. Let's talk about cooking real quick, because I know that you always tease me that I use dates in all my desserts.
Yes.
Well, here's a dessert that doesn't have any dates in it.
Hey, dates are good.
Dates are fabulous, but sometimes we want to sweeten with something else. And the dates serve two purposes. One is a sweetener, and the other is to hold the recipe together. Because I'm doing raw things, I'm not putting them in the oven.
It's your glue.
It's my glue. So, and there is no gluten in this recipe, so good to know. I've taken nuts and cranberries and the nuts are pistachio and
what's
almonds.
green. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I can taste pistachio. That's good.
And there's
these are really good.
oats, and then the stickum part is the honey.
I think I could have one of these and not be hungry for a couple hours.
Yeah, and it's a great breakfast. These are like nice little breakfast balls.
Yeah, exactly. Like it has a breakfast bar consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what it does. That is very good stuff.
So is it wrong to buy your bunny or your honey in a bear?
No, see, that's perfect, I think.
It is. Well, you know what?
It's local.
That's local. That's a great apiary. I love
Right
that
here.
brand. My only complaint about that is I don't think it's as easy to get things out of the bottle. I like the jar because you can dip your spoon in. And the other thing is I prefer not to have plastic. You'll see all of the things that I buy are in bottles.
Bottles. Okay.
Are there
something else to think about?
Is there a local source for organic honey? I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know what? I would
Just check the shelves.
Yeah, and ask. I like to buy at the farmers market.
Right.
Ask the owner and ask them how they treat their bees. Those are great questions, though. Those are the kinds of things we need to be asking.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and again,
you bet.
Fork-Road. This is
There
so
we
good.
go. I know. It's honey. It's making our mouth sick.
Very good, Sheree. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.